Greetings and salutations. Happy New Year. 2023. It's here. Yay. What we got here? We got a bag. Is it a Louis? It's not a Louis. It's like a CD case or something. A CD case. We still got CD cases. So yeah, before I go into what I'm gonna go into, not that there's still gonna be a displacement, but what'd y'all do last night? As you guys know, I went to the movies, saw Avatar. But what'd you do? As if I could hear you if you're saying it now. Maybe I can. We linked telepathically after 15 years of watching me straight. Something happens. But yeah, I went to the movies. I snuck in a sandwich and a pack of some gummy candy, bottled water, and I watched Avatar with the 3D glasses. I stole them, but I don't think that's a thing anymore. Remember the first one? They were out there with like, give us back our glasses because they were like expensive. But I would have to say Avatar, it was long. I don't know why it gotta be 3 hours. I'm sure they could have put that into an hour and a half. But it was good. It was good. I liked it. Almost cried. Almost. But the person who died, it was his fault on some like Walking Dead. Listen to your dad. Stop doing that. But yeah. So I was like, if the little sister Tuki or whatever her name died, that was sweet because she was just following her brothers. If the mom would have died, man, she was gangster, man. I think they were based on Indians. I mean, their name was Navi. But it was just nice. It wasn't like, I guess the term is woke. I guess it was woke, but not woke. Maybe like, in the morning when you're almost up and you're rubbing your eyes and you're kind of, like if you're in a car and you fall asleep, and like we're here and you kind of wake up, it's like, where am I? Disoriented, kind of woke. But it was good, man. Like, she was just out. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I love the movie. Would I watch it again? No. It's 3 hours plus the other one. I fell asleep, so that's 4 hours and a half of avataring. But yeah, and like the 3D, it didn't bother me so much. I guess they figured out how to do it. Because in the first one, everything was like, wow. This one was more subtle. Or maybe that's what they started doing. Because remember, I don't know if you remember, they started selling the TVs, 3Ds, and 3DS came out. They had a 3D camera. Now, of course, I wanted all this new tech. But then it kind of disappeared because people got bored of it. And the prices were kind of expensive. But yeah. So it's a new year, man. And we walk into the old path. Say hello. And I got a rock in my shoe. Like a little pebble, and it's like annoying the hell out of me. I'm gonna have to do something about that when we cut in here. I mean, I'm always dressed like it's the middle of winter, which it is, but it's warm. It's like summertime. I see the rock. Oh, my old trail. The reason I wore my coat, because the last time I came down here, it was so cold because I was close to the river, stream, brook. I don't know what the hell you call this. What do they call it? They don't call it anything. Oh, man. Oh, they call it a river. River path. Who else stomping behind me like that? Let me see, I'm making a video. Let me stop. So, Yeah. Yeah. So my plan was to be in the movie while it was going, and then I would cross over into the new year. But the movie ended at like 11:59. Like they timed that shit. I don't know if they do after credit scenes. I just wanted to get out because I had no reception in the movie theater. So I went out there, made my little video. Happy New Year's. Went home. Got around to my area. There were some people doing fireworks. It's cool to see. It's just annoying to hear. They need to make silent fireworks. So, but it kind of takes away from it. But ain't nobody want to be all like, I mean, if you're standing there, you see it get lit and go up. But if you're like doing anything else, it's kind of jarring, you know? This man terminating back there, all walking at the same pace. Oh no, he actually ran more like Jason in it. You know, Jason didn't run. Friday 13th, he just be just strolling. I'll get there. I might have to let him pass because I ain't trying to get killed on this path. Because there's a thing now. People be killing random people for random stuff. I need to have my eyes. Well, I guess I could kind of do that. Is that wildlife or just a dirty bag? I don't know. It ain't moving, so I guess it's just a dirty bag. It looked like a duck or a geese or a swan. Too small to be a swan. Maybe a duck. Man. So yeah, walking talks, right? You see how this weather is nice and habitable for a rhyming? I'll be out here every day. When it get cold, my hands go like this. And then I can't function because I'm not a cold body. So, anybody want to relocate me to a nice warm place, but not too many tropical storms? Just send that ticket. Of course, you gotta house me somewhere, so send that too. And you gotta feed me, so yeah. But yeah, I'll be out there making videos on the beach, which would be nice for some people who like to see beach people. Sometimes you don't want to see beach people. Live in a bungalow. That might be my future, man. Just going out somewhere, living in a little bungalow. I don't even know what it looks like, but I heard it. I seen it, like a house on stilts, I think. Is that a bungalow? I had a friend once who, she said, hey, I'm going to Maldives. It was a model. She's like, I'm going to Maldives. And then I guess her friends had some whatever. So she's like, I'm just going to go by myself. And she hits me like, hey, you want to come? I'm like, I said no. It was fire and it was expensive. But if it was 2023, I'd be like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's do an adventure. So that's the theme of this year, adventures. Where's this guy going? I can hear him. All right, we're gonna stop. I don't want him behind me. I guess he's going fishing. Maybe he's making his video. Yeah, you know what? 2023, I'm gonna make videos like that rhyming guy. Man, New Year. I'm excited. I feel I'm back to normal. Things are kind of, movie has a climax. And then, here, we're going to cross this bridge. See if he follows me. You say, you nervous? Yeah, I'm nervous. Shit. Ain't nobody behind me. I used to swim in this little creek. This little river thing. It's not that deep. Actually, I didn't swim in it. We just walked in it. And I remember we came out one time with the little leeches on us, little baby leeches, and it was disgusting. Actually, I didn't have no leeches on me, but I remember my friends like, "What's that?" And there's this little black thing doing leechy stuff. You know, I could actually drop my phone into the river here. Like, it would drop and let me get off this bridge. Wish that into fruition. All right, now we are in back of the guy. I don't know, it's a tippity tap of his boots or whatever. I could hear it. All right, but yeah, it is nice. I hope the weather stays like this. Sorry for those who like to ski and like snow and all that. Go up to the mountains. I'm sure it's still cold and all that. But this is the weather I need for until March, April. We had a little snow. That was cool. And now we need to just keep this weather. Maybe not good for the environment. I know. I'm being selfish. I want what I want. But yeah, man, on my agenda for today, is most pressing. Am I gonna do the 365 challenge this year? I'm debating, because on the one hand, it's like I can't be sure I'll be able to make it work, and that would be the point of the challenge. It is a challenge. If I could make it work, then it wouldn't be a challenge, because you know, I got to make a song, post it, and this one I have to post it on Bandcamp. And then every week I have to post it on like Spotify or something like that. Last time I just made it, posted on Instagram, and at the end of the year I end of the year I posted everything on Bandcamp. So to do all that in 24 hours, and it's doable. It's doable, but the discipline gotta be, like, I gotta wake up. Now I sleep next to my phone, so I wake up and I start scrolling, getting sucked into, like this morning I saw Amber Rose on something, and it said, so-and-so tells off Amber Rose. So I clicked on it. And, you know, because Amber Rose is all about, I'm a slut, girl power, or some shit like that. And it was a battle rapper, Mook. I don't know much about him, but he's a battle rapper. And he was just trying to say, you know, and he's saying what he's saying, and she's saying what she's saying. I'm like, what? I do not want to listen to this. So I turned it off. What the hell? It's 2023. Leave that shit. I saw another meme. It was, you should have take a shit 2022 so you can leave that shit in the past. I thought it was funny. Although most people shit often poop. So you'll have new poop. It is nice, man. Oh my gosh, I can't believe. It's a little wet though, but still, it's nice. It's like, go get a drone and fly around nice. Man, I saw a drone. Oh my gosh, it was 3,000 something. It was looking nice. The one I had was boxy, because that's how they had it, boxy. This one was all like sleek, so it's gonna have better aerodynamics. It has all these new sensors. The camera could turn 180 degrees. Battery life is whatever. Oh man. But before I get a drone, I'd have to get a computer. And before I get a computer, I'd probably have to do my dental, because that's on the list of things to do. Be sitting around there and like, I have this brand new computer and all my teeth fall out. It's not that bad, but yeah. I gotta get a root canal. That's 2023, man, root canal. I don't want to do it, but like at this moment, I ain't got no pain in my mouth, so I think it's better to have it done now than, I still gotta work if it is pain. Kids are merciless. They're like, oh, what's wrong? You say, whatever it is, and they just don't give a damn. That's kids. Not all kids, but my kids at school, they like that. Not all of them, but you know. So yeah, I also saw So another thing, 2023, being receptive to information. Now, there's a lot of information out there, so it is what that is. But acting on it. Like, if you think it's a good idea, do it. Whatever you got to do it. So there's one guy I follow. I don't know his backstory. All I know is he's always, like, his music is it's not polished. It's like what I do, but a little step up, because he has a team at least. So he'll be like standing on stage, and his aunt will come out there, and she'll be like rapping in something, and I don't know, just very home. Like, his thing is he set up his house to be what the hell is that? I don't even want to know. That's how people die in horror movies. They go out there poking random things. But yeah, it's just very organic looking. And in his raps, he'd be like, I rented out a venue for $1,500. I lost $1,500. I didn't come out for that. Like real raps. Like, anyone who knows that's what it's like. You put yourself out there. It doesn't always work out. He talks about, I had no food in my stomach, but I was pushing. I don't know. Anyway. But he was saying that when you put out an album, a song, there's 4 revenue streams. I only do one of them. So I posted up on whatever. So it's on iTunes and all that. DSPs. So that's one stream. Then there's the one that collects your money from overseas. So if my music is being played overseas, I don't get any of that money because I don't have it set up. Then there's publishing. I don't have that set up. And then there's some other thing. I don't have that set up. Now, I didn't do the math yet. I just saved it, the Instagram post, and I'm gonna get back to it when I get back to the house. But I assume you gotta pay for all those things too to set them up. But once you set them up, they kind of just do the work in the background. So yeah, that's good advice. Or at least it's something I could try. I don't know. If 20 years from now I ain't made 1 red cent from any of those things, I can't. And that's another thing I want to do for 2023. I don't know what's going to happen in 20 years, so I shouldn't even throw that into the mix. It could work, it could not work, but right now we don't know until we try it. Another thing I'm doing, I'm going to tally up everything and put it publicly. Not like Trump or other people. That's crazy, man. I saw somewhere he didn't release his information. He didn't pay taxes. I mean, he do what he does, and it worked till it didn't work. But, rappers do it too. Like, they'd be like, if they said, I paid $500 for these fake diamond necklace, come on, you would feel a different kind of way. Like, all right, he paid money, but it's fake. Or if someone's like, I paid $8 billion for this necklace. And he's like, wow, that guy's balling, man. And then he says something like, but I'm homeless. I sleep on my boy's couch. Like, why didn't you buy the house or rent or whatever? Like, because I wanted to stunt. I mean, Kanye got a line. He said, I went to Jake the Jeweler after my So what I'm going to do, starting from today, 2023, Sunday, January 1st, I'm going to do it this way just because it's easier.
They've been clients for 30 years now.
So I'm starting at 0. Technically, it's not 0. Everything had a cost. My computer had a cost. It depreciated. It's some price. Software. But I'm just going to put it at 0 as if I inherited all this stuff and boom. And that way I'm going to track how things go. So now I wanted to think it out before I just randomly bought random stuff. So everything I buy from today that is music related, I'm gonna put it in a thing. So this is why I don't know if I could do the 365 challenge, because my brain's going to be taxed trying all these other things. But honestly, you do have to do all of it anyway. Got to wear all them hats. Even if I had a manager, I still would have to be like, can I see them books real quick? Like, why you want? Because I want to just make sure you ain't robbing me. He's like, why would I rob you? I'm not saying you are, you aren't. I just want to see for my own benefit. Can't get them books. He's like, I don't have them at the moment. Like, why you stalling again? That's one of the reasons why I went to business school. I ain't the sharpest potato in the sack. But if I see something that's weird, I got a little tingly feeling like, come on, man, how is it that we sold X amount of this and after you took away X amount of that and you took away X amount, where's that extra? But yeah, so that's the plan also. And I'm going to make those public on the website, which is another thing that's going to suck up a lot of time. But once I learn the skill set, I plan to, because the website I got, you can make other websites. Like it's a multi thing. So I'm gonna make mine, and then I'm gonna make some for whoever wants one. I did that once. It didn't work out really. It was like 13, 12 years ago. I bought everybody a website on some Oprah. You get a website. You get a website. I bought the domain name. I set up the WordPress. And I just sent it to people in an email. Boom. Here's a website. But I didn't really, I was learning it. But, it's kind of a learning curve. So I don't think anyone maybe 2 people use the sites. And the rest, after a year, I just let them shits die. The sites, not the people. I wasn't able to control that. But yeah, I want to do that again. Get my philanthropy. There's a video I made, the one where I'm like showing my house back in Japan. Welcome to my house tour or some shit. And I was like, yeah, and I was talking about what I'm gonna do, because that's what I do. I'm gonna start making tutorials, but I couldn't say the word, so I was all like, it's like, wow, that's me. Yesterday I started talking about something, and I just went off, and I remember I was like, I didn't even finish that thought. But I was saying every Friday I do the beat challenge thing, and last Friday was 100 weeks of it, which is pretty dope. So like 2 years, started around COVID. I came in around like 70. I didn't know. No one. It's one of those things, man. Nobody told me, which, that's how it goes. But when I found it, I was like, wow, this is a really great group. And then I was in it, and then I came back to the States, and then my mom passed, and I just kind of, just doing what I was doing. And then I popped in real quick and said, hey, and I was just like, I've been gone, I'm back. And they're really welcoming. And yeah, so from 70 or 80, I don't know, let's say from 70 until now, I've been doing everyone. I haven't missed one. And they did this thing where everyone made a kind of what do you call it?
No.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
They did this thing where they made the host a kind of I don't know what to call it. Everyone made a little thing just saying, thank you. Because without the host, like if I didn't make any videos on my channel, there'd be no channel. So without the host, there'd be no thing, because we're kind of around him. Because, he just assumed the bulk of the responsibility. He had to upgrade his computer and get better internet. He had to tell his wife and kids, on Friday, this is what I'm doing. I don't make any money from it, but this is what I'm doing. And she either is like, okay, or I I assume she never came on the feed, the stream or whatever. But I think it's hard for creators if your significant partner doesn't see the value in what you do. And you might say, well, they're not for you. But, people grow and change. You might have met under these circumstances, but now they want to do fly fishing. And once you get deep in any hobby, it starts racking up the cost. Shit, I got my drone. Drone cost, I don't know, $1,500. You think that's the only thing I had to pay for? I had to get the battery packs, because 45 minutes. Nah, I need 3 more. That's another $300. I had to get the little lenses, so when it's really sunny out, I could, the DN filters or some shit. That was another $60. I had to get a bag. That came with the thing, so I don't even want to include that. I had to get that little helicopter pad thing so I bought it, but I didn't use it. What else I got directly related to such? I had to get a nice little memory card, one of the fast ones, so I could whatever. That was like $80. And then the amount of time me traveling way out to the middle of nowhere and then way back, that was like $20 per trip, round trip, whatever. I'm going up there every week, twice a week sometimes, depending on the weather. And then I started hiring models to shoot. So all that money came from, or we can even say, when I started photography, there was a camera, and then a drone was just part of that. You wouldn't have seen it coming, because up until that point, I didn't do anything with photography. So yeah. But so the host, he does all this, and recently he started releasing music, and we support him. I bought some, and they buy some, but whatever. And so everyone made a song, and I forgot because they use Discord. I don't be on Discord. I don't like Discord. I understand the purpose of Discord. Maybe I'll make a Discord, but I don't like it. It's really too much things are going on for me. So I didn't get in the big group mix. And I was kind of sad because in this group, we got beat makers, we got visual artists, we got singers, we got rappers, we got DJs, we got newbies, we got oldies. Everyone's in there. So everyone submitted it, and then other people mixed it, and then one person threw these crazy graphics all up in there. I was like, I want to be a part of this, but I wasn't. And what's unique about our group is the creator of the app, he's also joining, which is, I got a lot of apps. There's some who they make a lot of good videos about their own products because they know it best. One app maker, they like my posts and they reshare it, which is cool because it's cool, People look at that post like, oh, wow, this guy must be good. They're sharing his shit. But the rest of them, you don't hear from them ever. You don't know what they are, who they are. But this guy, I know what he looks like. He likes some of my posts. Well, yeah. So it's just a weird community. I've never seen this before. Like, he don't come in here and be like, yo, who ain't got my app? Share that shit. Like it. Give me 5 stars. Like, he's just on some humble. Like, this is what he said. He said, he was like, yeah, I'm working on some new things to make it better. He didn't say I'm working on new things to charge people more price or use a subscription model. That shit, He's just like, I just want it to be better because when the app is better, people could make better music. I'm like, who is this guy? And last week, the last Friday, since it was the 100th episode, usually we stream about 2 hours, 2.5. This shit was 5 hours and 40 minutes. And then everyone plays their track and he used like a random thing and whatever. My track came up not last. It was like, maybe there's 40 submissions and mine was 31. And I'm like, I want to play my shit. But anyway, I was there to the end. And so was the host or the app maker, the developer. And, you know, we're all in different countries. So where he lived, it was like 2 a.m. He's just up there. So it's cool. So for my video, maybe I'll put it in the end of this, I don't know. But in my video, I went back to the first video they made, the first video, day one. And it was really cool because it was the host saying, like, the host isn't a native English speaker. And he's up there and he's all like, how do you say it? And now, week 100, he's just like, you know, he's comfortable and whatever. And the host was on, or the development maker was on there too on day one. And he was like, yeah, I was up for 16 hours, or I did a 16-hour shift working on this app. I'm a little tired. And so I flipped the sample, whatever, and then I put the video in my flip. I'm doing my little finger drumming, whatever. And then it ends with the developer talking. So he's like, we have a special guest, and then the developer's like, 16 hours, and then it just fades. And yeah, it just had a nice warm feeling without being so gushy, like, I love you guys. I mean, I made a video like that because I do, man. It's random people around the world, kind of like this, but interactive. I mean, we interact through different things, but this is in real time. I mean, I could stream, but I can't stream the way I want to. I was OBSing it. I got it down now. I understand how to hook up shit and make it whatever. I'm at the point now where I'm doing like overlays. I understand that. I could pop into Photoshop, make a thing, and then have my head overlaid and then so I could do all that. I could route all my audio and have mics. I could do all that. But it is a little choppy. That could be an internet thing, but I'm not streaming. All I did was record the feed, and it's still choppy. I bought a little Logi webcam, $108 or something. And when I played it side by side with what comes with the MacBook Pro, the MacBook Pro was killing it. I mean, the Logi was clear, but it didn't compensate for the light. So it was just dark. Now, assuming you're gonna have light if you're getting all this extra shit. And you can move the camera the way you want it. But quality-wise, just out the box, the MacBook Pro was impressive. Because I was walking around doing a test, walking in different lighting, and the lighting is always consistent. Where the other one, it was clear, and they could go up to 60, what do you call it? 60 FPS, frames per second. I think that's what it is. I don't know. But yeah, now I bought at Best Buy. So they got the little return policy. I'm gonna return it because I don't like it. It didn't meet the expectations that I thought it would. But yeah, so I can't stream the way I want to stream at this moment. But anyway, so this community, you know, in real time, it'll be like, hey, and people be on, like a guy got married, and we're all like, oh, and this dude, he got married, and he still submitted his beat, like he's like, all right, your wedding's in 5 hours. He's like, hold on. He's like, make his little track and send it. Like, that's the community. There's no prize. I can't stress. There's no prize. You don't win anything. You know, you don't get a big shiny button. You just get, for me, you get what you put in. And I be putting in all different types of learning shit. Plus, listening to other people's work, I learn. Like, this guy, he'd be like, I love how the sound moves from left to right. I mean, I could do that, but why? I'm like, who's gonna notice? But there's people who notice because they got their headphones on, and it's like, well. So now I do that shit. I tweak a little, just not too much, just a little bit. So that guy who was following me, he went down that way. I don't even know what's down there. But again, that's how people die in those movies. They follow that guy, like, hey, what's following on some Scooby-Doo shit? But this ain't Scooby-Doo shit. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. So yesterday I went bowling, like I said. And it was my friend and his two sons. His youngest son, he was doing the bumper bowling thing. I never done that. And then we were in the other lane, and it was fun. And I was telling my friend, I didn't know black people bowled. This is back when I was in high school or middle school. Because my parents didn't tell me. They weren't like, you want to go bowling? And there weren't a lot of black TV shows on, and they weren't bowling. I don't remember Martin, Will Smith, The Rock. Not The Rock, but Rock. If you know, you know. I don't remember them going bowling. Now, I do remember the Family Matters going bowling. I could see a Carl doing it. But, you know, it's not something I've seen. And none of my friends, none of my family ever went bowling. So I just had the assumption black people don't bowl. Now, you know what they say about assumptions. When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. Although I never heard anyone say that, but when I heard that said to me, so I said, I just assume, and he said, like we were in high school. So I try not to assume, because you just don't know. But anyway, so my friend's mom, which I haven't visited her yet, I would usually, well, Christmas was so cold, I wasn't leaving the house. But my friend's mom, she took us everywhere. She took us ice skating. She took us bowling. She took us to movie nights. She's like my surrogate mom. So yeah, I gotta go see her before. Well, time. Who knows what time's gonna be? Anyway, so she took us one time to go bowling, and when I was there with my friends, most of my friends were white. They all were white in the beginning. Anyway, we walk in there and I see this guy, and he's like, hey, it's a black guy. What's a black guy doing there bowling? And I mean, normally I don't care what other black guys are doing, but the girl he was with was the girl that I was talking to. I can't remember, it's been that long, but he was on a date with her, so that's why. But it's interesting, like if, again, perspective. If you've never seen any black people bowling, you would think black people don't bowl. You would be correct. You might even be stupid enough to like argue with somebody. But yeah, so we went bowling. It was really cool. I was thinking maybe, because people do, bowling is a thing you could do by yourself and not look weird. You can't play a baseball game by yourself. It will look weird. You can shoot hoops by yourself, I guess, until people come and want the court. They took that dog off a leash? Oh my gosh. I ain't jumping in the water. I'll take the bite. But again, that's where my mind goes. I'm thinking, I ain't gonna jump in the water because that would hurt, or just cold, but bit. Anyway, let me stay focused here. But yeah. We were talking, what we always talk about. So his son, he's like 21. I think he's 21, I don't know. So he has a different take on music. his dad and I are in our 40s, so we have our take. And it's always interesting to see that generational gap of... Now, what I've been doing, which I haven't seen anyone match me on this, I've been reading up on jazz musicians, so going back. And my new take is there's nothing new under the sun. Like, everything we think is so, oh my gosh, you can't believe, it's been done. You know? So it's not surprising. There's a template that people have been following, and people who know. So he was saying how he loves Drake. Drake's such a great artist. And his son's like, not really. Now, I don't care for Drake. I mean, I don't hate him. I don't go out of my way to, like, I never bought a Drake album. I streamed one. The one that came out, the one when Kanye dropped his album and Drake dropped his album, I was on Apple streaming thing. So I streamed both of them. I couldn't get past, I think I started with Kanye. So his intro on the one song was just, I forget what it was, but it was just him saying something. It went on for like 2 minutes, like, no. And I couldn't listen to the rest of the album. I want music, man. I don't want that conceptual shit. So I went to Drake's album. And, I was walking in Japan, so I was walking, and, Drake does what Drake does. But I didn't go back to those albums. They didn't, like, stick with me. But I think any album would, because I listened to Jay-Z 444, Kendrick's album. Like, I listen to a lot of albums streaming, but it's just different. Because when you get a CD, right, at one point, you couldn't change the CD so easily. So you were stuck with that CD, or if you made your little mixtape or whatever, that's all you're getting. And you just kind of listen